Welcome to our program, Circles, Excerpts from Essays, First Series by Ralph Waldo Emerson, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Ralph Waldo Emerson was a renowned 19th century American essayist, philosopher, lecturer, poet, and leader of the Transcendental Philosophical Movement. His literature influenced many celebrated writers, including Henry David Thoreau and Walt Whitman. Emerson is most famous for his essays, through which he expresses ideas of freedom, spirituality, individuality, the remarkable ability of humans to have profound realizations, and the relationship between the soul and the surrounding world. Ralph Waldo Emerson traveled widely, giving lectures, and became well known for his publications, essays, and nature. In today's episode, we will explore the concept of God's nature, how things are always changing, and spiritual growth through Ralph Waldo Emerson's essay, First Series, subtitled Circles. Nature sent her into balls, and her proud ephemerals, fast to surface and outside, scanned the profile of the sphere. Knew they what that signified, a new genesis were here. Divine Circle. The eye is the first circle. The horizon which it forms is the second, and throughout nature, this primary figure is repeated without end. It is the highest emblem in the cipher of the world. St. Augustine described the nature of God as a circle whose center was everywhere and its circumference nowhere. We are all our lifetime reading the copious sense of this first of forms. One moral we have already deduced in considering the circular or compensatory character of every human action. Another analogy we shall now trace is that every action admits to being outdone. Our life is an apprenticeship to the truth that around every circle another can be drawn, that there is no end in nature, but every end is a beginning, that there is always another dawn risen on mid-noon, and under every deep a lower deep opens. Impermanence. There are no fixtures in nature. The universe is fluid and volatile. Permanence is but a word of degrees. Our globe, seen by God, is a transparent law, not a mass of facts. The law dissolves the fact and holds it fluid. Our culture is the predominance of an idea that draws after it this train of cities and institutions. Let us rise to another idea. They will disappear. The Greek sculpture is all melted away as if it had been statues of ice. Here and there, a solitary figure or fragment remains, as we see flecks and scraps of snow left in cold dells and mountain clefts in June and July. For the genius that created it creates now somewhat else. The Greek letters last a little longer, but are already passing under the same sentence and tumbling into the inevitable pit in which the creation of new thought opens for all that is old. The new continents are built out of the ruins of an old planet. The new races are fed out of the decomposition of the foregoing. New arts destroy the old. See the investment of capital in aqueducts made useless by hydraulics, roads and canals by railways, sails by steam, steam by electricity. You admire this tower of granite, weathering the hurts of so many ages, yet a little waving hand built this huge wall, and that which builds is better than that which is built. The hand that is built can topple it down much faster. better than the hand, and nimbler was the invisible thought which worked through it. And thus, ever behind the coarse effect is a fine cause, which, being narrowly seen, is itself the effect of a finer cause. Everything looks permanent until its secret is known. A rich estate appears to women a firm and lasting fact. To a merchant, one easily created out of any materials and easily lost. An orchard, good tillage, good grounds, seem a fixture like a gold mine or a river to a citizen, but to a large farmer, not much more fixed than the state of the crop. Nature looks provokingly stable and secular, but it has a cause like all the rest, and when once I comprehend that, will these fields stretch so immovably wide, these leaves hang so individually considerable? Permanence is a word of degrees. Everything is medial. Moons are no more bound to spiritual power than bat balls. Spiritual elevation. Every ultimate fact is only the first of a new series. Every general law, only a particular fact of some more general law, presently to disclose itself. There is no outside, no enclosing wall, no circumference to us. The man finishes his story. How good, how final, how it puts a new face on all things. He fills the sky. Lo, on the other side rises also a man, and draws a circle around the circle we had just pronounced the outline of the sphere. Then already is our first speaker not a man, but only a first speaker. His only redress is forthwith to draw a circle outside of his antagonist, and so men do by themselves. The result of today, which haunts the mind and cannot be escaped, will presently be abridged into a word, and the principle that seemed to explain nature will itself be included as one example of a bolder generalization. In the thought of tomorrow, there is a power to upheave all thy creed, all the creeds, all the literatures of the nations, and marshal thee to a heaven which no epic dream has yet depicted. Every man is not so much a workman in the world as he is a suggestion of what he should be. Men walk as prophecies of the next age. For more information, please visit Project Gutenberg or gutenberg.org.
Eating a whole plant food diet will result in helping normalize weight because it normalizes satiety and gives people a way of sustaining high nutrition without dietary excess. Dr. Alan Goldhammer, DC, Vegan.
Joyous viewers, it was a pleasure to have you with us today for Words of Wisdom.